What is freaking up, you guys? What's good? What's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay Ivan. If you're new here, please subscribe. Join the family. I don't know. I don't even have like a name. No, but seriously, I got some scary content coming for you guys. I also got some other videos in the works that are more like comedy related, so make sure you stick around. With that being said, let's dive on into the video. So for this week's video, I decided to do another story time because you guys lived my story time last time. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. I'll wait. Did you watch it? You liked it? You gave it a big thumbs up? You comment down below? Good! Now you can watch this next video. So for this week's story time video, I'll be sharing with you guys the times, yes, times, plural, multiple times, that I almost got kidnapped. These are real stories, they're not clickbait, I swear. But let's start off. So the first time that I almost got kidnapped was when I was on vacation with my family at Disney World. Some of you may have heard the story because I did share it on Most Amazing Top 10's channel. But for those of you who haven't heard it, I will be sharing it now and I'll be going more in depth into the story. So I was about 8 at the time, and my family, which consists of my 2 older brothers and my mom and my dad, went with my cousins. And I have 2 cousins and my aunt and my uncle. So we all went to Disney World. Is Disney World the one in Florida or is it Disneyland? I always get them mixed up. But one of the Disneys we went to in Florida. So we were at Florida, we had a good day at Disney World Land, and we got back from dinner, and a bit later we decided that we wanted to go for a night swim. And don't worry, we waited an hour for our food to digest before we decided to go swimming, okay? Okay, Karen? So my older brother, who was 16, took me, my brother that was 12 at the time, my cousin who was 9 at the time, and my other cousin who was the youngest one there, who was 6 at the time. We all decided that we were going to go swimming, and we were all strong swimmers, so it was totally fine. It wasn't late at night, but it was dark out. Maybe it was like 7:38, and so we went to the pool, which is an outdoor pool, and they had like big lights to light up the pool at night. So we go down to the pool, and me and my little cousin, we are swimming, and you know, we made friends with this other little girl there, because when you're young you kind of just make friends like that, like, whoa, your favorite color's blue? Mine too! Let's be best friends! You know, like that kind of thing. And so we spent the time doing somersaults, handstands, we did little races back and forth. I'm super competitive, so I always won. But we had a good time. And then out of nowhere, this girl goes, I want you to meet my dad. And I was like, that's a little strange. But I looked around at the pool deck and there were only women. Like, there was no male, there was no men, there was no dad there. So I was like, where is he? And she just points. And she points to this area past the pool deck where it's like there was like a couple of trees. It wasn't like a forest, but there was a couple of trees. And I was like, I can't see anyone. Like, that's what I was thinking in my mind. So I kind of just like ignored it because my parents told me about stranger danger. And I was like, no, you know, and I like turned to my cousin and she grabs my arm, she pulls me back, and she's just like, I want you to meet my dad. I'm like, I don't see your dad. And she's like, he's right there. And again, points to this area in the trees, and it's pitch black there. I literally couldn't see anything because it was so dark. And I was kind of getting really creeped out because, first of all, why is her dad watching her from that far away? So I was like, no, this is like, I don't feel comfortable. So I was like, haha, no. And she's like, oh, come on, my dad would love you. I was like, my dad would love me? That's freaking creepy. Sorry, oh my god, I almost forgot this. This is really funny. So after she said my dad would love you, I was like, let's play Marco Polo. You know, I was kind of like distracting it. And she's like, okay. I'm like, okay, you're it. And so she closes her eyes, and me and my cousin, I'm like, let's go. And so we get up, so she's going around, she's like, Marco. And meanwhile, we're standing at the deck, I'm already talking to my brother, I'm like, let's go, this girl's creepy. She's like, Marco. Okay, so anyway, so we're packing up our stuff, and while my brother's doing that, I stand and I watch the girl, and she now has her eyes open and she's staring at me. So she gets out of the pool and she starts walking barefoot to the dad in the like dark forest area, and I'm just watching her. And that's when I see a shadow of a man, like a silhouette of him, kind of come forward so I could see that a man was actually standing there. And she went up to him. He was kind of like pointing at me, and she just kind of like, I don't know, you could tell that they were talking, and he was gesturing towards me, and then he kind of took her arm and they left. Another thing that I found really odd is the fact that she didn't have shoes, she didn't have a towel. Her dad was watching so far away. Like, normally you bring your towel and your shoes when you're going swimming. But she just got up, she had nothing with her, and then she just went to this man and grabbed her arm and they left. So to this day, I just had this feeling that her dad, like maybe she wasn't even his own kid, but like another kidnapped kid, but I had this feeling that her dad was using her to like lure kids to him. Like saying, oh, come meet my dad, and then he'll take the kid and go and like kidnap the kid. It was super creepy. I don't know, I could tell that something was off. Like, it's so weird. And then, so yeah, that was the very first story. Let's move on to the second time. Fun times. This one it's kind of more disturbing. I feel like for the story I was like 13, I want to say 13 or 14. And so I was walking home from school, and like obviously I'm allowed to because it's like a 5-minute walk. So I'm walking home from school. There's a house at one of the corners of the streets that I turn on, and there was a man standing outside, and he starts calling to me, and he's just like, hi, hello, excuse me. And I'm like, why is he talking to me? And I walked past this house before. It's like, it's in my neighborhood, so I was kind of like, okay, whatever. But I was still kind of scared because it's like this man just randomly talking to me. So he's like, hi, hello, excuse me, can you help me with something? And I turned to him and I was like, with what? And he's like, oh, I just need your help measuring something in my backyard. Measuring something in your backyard? I don't even know what I don't think I responded. I think I just kept walking. And he's like, oh, come on, I just need your help. But in my mind, I'm like, do you really think that it's appropriate to ask a young 13-year-old girl to go into your backyard alone with you to measure something? No, that's absolutely disgusting. I don't even want to know his intentions. But I was so terrified, and especially because he had that creepy laugh. He's like, ah, come on, just help me. You know, I need help measuring something. You don't even have a measuring stick in your hand. Like, you're just standing out there, like, hollering at me. It was disgusting. So, I started walking faster. He started laughing, and I sprinted home, and I was crying. I was so scared. And then there's just been like other incidences where I've been like walking home and cars have slowed down and like looked at me. There was one time, this one's actually a little funny. There was one time where a car slowed down and it was kind of trailing me and opened up its windows. So I got my phone and I was like, hi, hello? Yeah, Mom? Oh, I see you. Yeah, hi, I'm waving. You see me too? Okay, yeah, I'll be there. And the car sped off. So honestly, that's a good strategy, okay? It was like quick thinking, man. But still, it's scary to think about. And then there was this other time. This happened recently. This was, I want to say it was like 2 summers ago. I was walking to the bus stop, and this car slows down behind me and rolls down its window, and he's like, hey, hi. And so when these cars slow down, I don't even make eye contact with them. I walk super fast and I just keep focusing. And he's like, hey, where are you going? I did not respond. He's like, don't be scared. You can tell me, don't be scared. That is the creepiest thing for you to say. Don't be scared. Come into my car. It's sickening. And so he's like, where are you going? I didn't say anything. He's like, where are you going? Come on, you can tell me. And then at that moment, some woman came out of her house and walked down her driveway, and he kind of like clocked her and then drove off. Whew, it's so scary, honestly. And then the last story that I want to share with you is a time that I was at the park with my friends. I think we were about 18, I want to say. Yeah, I think we were 18. And so we were at the park near my house, and it was fine, you know, we were playing, and then we started noticing that this car was just chilling there watching us the whole time. And okay, so this was at night. We were playing at the park at night because we were playing this game called Rounders, and it's like really fun at night. It's when you close your eyes, and then Google the game if you don't know it. But it's a really fun game. And we noticed that there was a car just sitting there watching us. We're like, that's a little weird. So we decided that we were gonna leave because we were starting to feel uncomfortable. And the playground, it was fenced in because it belonged to a school. there's just multiple exits to get out. It's fenced in, but it's multiple entry and exit points. And so we start heading towards one of the exit points, and the car turns on its lights and creeps up and stops right in front of the entry point. So it's like blocking it. So if we were trying to exit, we would have to encounter this car. So I kind of just stopped, and I'm like, no, let's not go there. And so we went back to playing, and the car backed up to its original spot. So a couple minutes went by, we were kind of keeping an eye on the car, and we decided to go to the entry point at the back. So we're like, okay, let's trick it, let's go to the back. So as soon as we start running to the back entrance, I kid you not, the car sped up to go around to go to that back entrance. I'm like, are you kidding? And then he goes and he blocks that entrance or exit. And I'm like, this is freaking creepy. So we stopped halfway, so that we're halfway between that exit where he was now and the exit where we were gonna exit through originally. Count how many times I say exit. And so I stopped, and I'm like, let's just hide. So we hide at the playground. We're like underneath the slide, or like we're laying in the slide section so you can't see us. And that's when the car was just doing circles around the playground, honestly, like looking for us. And then finally we decided to just book it and make a run for it. So we ran at the exit. The car turned on its lights when it saw us running, but we ran into the main streets, so the car didn't bother following us because now we were like with a lot of people. And then we just booked it home and we never looked back. It was so terrifying. So there you have, what is that, like 4 or 5 stories of the time I almost got kidnapped. Stay safe, guys. Honestly, use your street smarts, use your intuition. If you feel in your gut that something's not right, trust it, because honestly, half the time, that's what saved me. It was my gut instinct telling me, no, Lindsay, something's off. Don't go. Creepy little girl that you beat at swimming races, something's sketchy with her. Don't trust her. With ending on that positive note, that's all for today's video. I'm gonna have some bloopers in here for you just to cheer you up. But that's it for today's video. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, comment something down below, and of course, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see you. And I said no. Because clearly I know what I'm doing. Because I'm scary stuff coming for you. Because I'm a professional and know what I'm doing. Being a YouTuber is hard.